G'day everybody and welcome to the House of Mario, South Australian Nintendo podcast that is backed by a 120 Power Star rating. I'm your host Drew Agnew and the doors to episode 302 are open. Today on the show, I'm having a good catch up with my good friend Josh, or JT if you like. Josh, it's getting close to your wedding. How's the planning going?
Hello Drew, hello everyone listening. We're all pretty well on target, I think. It's only a couple of weeks out. Lots of planning, a lot of little nitty-gritty details to work through, but it is all happening. It will happen on the day. Enough has happened for that to occur, that's for sure. So no, we're feeling pretty good. The honeymoon straight after as well. Most things are all booked. Just like booking a couple of little things, working out payments for like things coming up, those final payments. But no, that's about it, really. Looking pretty good. Awesome,
yeah. Has the nerves kicked in yet, or the excitement, or you're just sort of waiting for it to happen?
I'm not nervous. I'm very much looking forward to it, being with friends and family and sort of celebrating the day. I really look forward to that. I just look forward to seeing everyone, of course, marrying Michaela. So it's going to be unreal. And then to spend the next 3 weeks after that just sort of hanging out together and celebrating us coming together as one. I think that's going to be unreal, and we've got some pretty cool things lined up in Japan for us to do. So some romantic things, but a lot of also nerdy gaming stuff that we're both into. We're going to have a really great time.
You'll have a real romantic time. Just be like, let's go and looking at secondhand 3DSs. Let's get some special editions. Let's go and get some real cool Famicom, Super Famicom games.
All of that.
Yeah, candlelit dinner. You're talking about like, I got a real cheap copy of Chrono Trigger. It's in Japanese. I can't read it, but
I got a list of things I want to get over there as well. So I've got to like look out for them. Be prepared for that. So
awesome. Yeah. What's on that list? I'd love to hear what's on your list for I guess the things you want to get.
So I wouldn't mind getting a Wavebird controller over there because I believe they can work on any system, and it'd be cheaper, a lot cheaper than what I'm seeing them for here in Australia. So a wireless GameCube controller. There's an Earthbound and Mother pop-up shop. I'm hoping it's still open when I'm there. It's in Shinjuku, Tokyo at the moment, I believe. So I'd like to get there and buy those plushes, the 4-pack of plushes with everyone, Ness in the team in that. Don't know if I want a new Nintendo 64 because the one I got at the moment doesn't work, and I just thought it might be fun to buy a console over there with the cords and everything in it. And again, I believe there's no region locking on the 64.
64 is region locked.
Definitely region locked.
Yeah, you can. It's only the shape of like the cartridge, so you can take it open and take that little blocker out.
Okay.
But yeah. It is region locked because I have
physically, but not hard like software wise.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it is like it physically stops you from putting it in. I can't remember exactly what it is, but
all right. So I can do it. I just have to work out be a bit more work to it. All right.
Yeah, you have to look at some tutorials and get a screwdriver out.
If I want to do
what you have to do.
Yeah. So I'll keep that in mind.
There is the analog Nintendo 64. That they're releasing as well. It comes out in March, and I don't know when they'll be back in stock, but that's another option too. Be 4K,
it's a lot of
4K
money.
Nintendo 64
They're
games.
Expensive.
They are.
Yep. And this is just be for me to play like things that are probably never going to come to this N64 service before, like maybe the Castlevanias back there, a couple of racing games I've got. And that's literally about it. And just get the aesthetic to feel, playing it on original hardware.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Doing it for that. Obviously, Amiibo. They've got so many more Amiibo over there. So I'm just going to be picking some things up. I've got most things I want, but there's other ones that, I wouldn't mind adding to the collection. So
you want Box Boy?
I mean, if I saw that, of course, but I'm probably not going to see that over there while I'm looking through all the secondhand wares and new things as well. But we'll see. Virtual Boy. If I could get a Virtual Boy over there, that'd be cool.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be very cool. And, I don't care if it... I'd buy a broken one just for the display piece of it all. But obviously, I would like to try it. just to see what it was like and how bad it was in the redness and everything that goes with it. I want to experience that for myself. And then finally, at the moment, just some DK bongo drums.
Oh yeah,
So
I
can
actually
get
want a
some
pair
cheap
of them
ones
too.
there.
Yeah, I want
Yeah.
just like a greasy old pair that's relatively
Yeah,
cheap just to play the game. Yeah,
It'll be 2,000 yen or something, and I'll buy it. I'm like, yep, I'm sure it'll be cheap. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for at the
Yeah.
moment. I'll add to it. I probably won't be able
Nice.
to get everything on the list because that's a lot of stuff to take home. But
yeah. I mean the bongo drums that'll take a bit of suitcase room.
so I'm going to be tactical. Whether it's worth lugging that around, especially because we're in Tokyo first. I'm gonna have to lug that around for the rest of the trip if that's the case.
Yeah, you just have like these bongo drums and Nintendo 64, just like, just the essentials for the trip, really.
Correct. Just playing around on the bongos as I travel to Japan.
Yeah, no. Well, I hope you get some of them. I hope the prices are all right too. Depends where you go. It sounds
Depends where
like
I go. Yeah, I'm
it
gonna
sounds
try
like the
and
tourist
find-
traps are a little bit more expensive these days, and you've got to go off the
Yeah.
beaten path a little bit.
I'm going to go off, because we're not staying in Shinjuku. We're a little far off. We're closer to Tokyo Skytree. So it's still in the main area of Tokyo, but not as sort of commercialized. So I'm hoping there's some things around there I can explore a bit more and not have to pay as much.
Yeah, that's the hope. Yeah, because when we went to the Adelaide Toy Fair, like that Wavebird controller wasn't cheap.
Yeah. I had a chance to get one for about $50, I reckon, 7-8 years ago, and I should have just bought it, and I didn't. So, with a receiver as well.
Yeah, because that's the main thing, just that receiver. It's the same thing.
Yes.
I'm actually selling at the moment, going through a bunch of stuff that I just put into the back room when Layla was born, that I had to get rid of and sort and whatever. And
Yep.
I've got Guitar Hero Live on PlayStation 4, and it comes with a little dongle for the guitar. And that thing alone is worth like $90, and like the guitar and the game are
Really?
worth nothing. But the dongle, everybody must lose it. So that's the part of the game that actually costs a fair bit. So
Yeah.
if you ever have
There you go.
anything, just hold them to your dongles, because in 10 years everybody loses them, and they might want them to actually use their devices.
Yeah, nice. Cool. Oh, bit of money for you there. That's good.
Yeah, it depends. I don't have much luck putting it on Facebook Marketplace, to be honest with you. So we'll see how we go. I don't know how many people
eBay?
are around. Yeah, eBay. Yeah, I think I might have
the
to for
fees.
some of these things. Just I've never done eBay before, so I'm just like a little bit intimidated by it. Just don't really know how to do it, and the whole thing of like somebody buys it when you've got to pack it properly and all of that. I haven't done that before, so don't know. Maybe I'll just have to do it to get rid of some of the stuff that
Yeah.
I want a little bit more money for. But
Fair.
yeah, what's your experience eBay selling? Have you done much of it?
Just bits and pieces. I tend to sort of stick to what I think, the average going price is. And then I do find you got to wait a little for it to go if you do stick to that price. So yeah, and then by the time the fees get taken out, you know it's not amazing what you do get left with. So eBay is a bit of a gouger, I find, in terms of
Yeah, and
fees.
that's obviously the other thing too. Like on obviously Marketplace, if somebody gets it, they just find a spot, they give you cash. There's no fees or anything. So
Yeah, correct.
that's another reason why I'm sort of hoping.
Yeah, but you're a bit,
this
bit
works.
harder for you where you live. For me, it's probably a bit easier to sell the stuff I've got.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. No, we've got no one down here, Josh.
Not
No
as
one did-
many. You definitely have people down there.
No one.
Can confirm.
I went for a walk the other day. I didn't see a soul, man. Didn't see anyone.
Oh, if you went for a walk yesterday, there would have been no one outside. Or today. God,
No, God. Yeah.
it's hot. It's hot here, everyone, for those who
Yeah.
don't know. 41 degrees it got to here in Adelaide.
We didn't get that hot. Jesus.
It was hot, man.
Yeah. We're getting the smoke from the Grampian fires as well.
Yes.
Are you getting that in Adelaide?
No, I heard about that. Someone was
Yeah,
mentioning
no.
it today that they're in Belair and they were getting that. So, scary.
Yeah, no. I've never seen it so thick when there's no fire, like close to us. Like it.
Yeah, it's not anywhere near, really.
No. No, it's like, 100
Hours
or,
away.
Yeah, a few hundred Ks away, yeah. Yeah, so it's
Scary.
just so thick, yeah. I could only imagine what it's like there. It would be horrifying.
Oh yeah, it'd be very scary.
Yeah, so yeah, hearts go out to anybody at the Grampians.
Yes,
and obviously the LA fires and all that at the moment. Yeah, scary stuff.
Scary
Especially
time.
in the States, it's not even summertime over there. It's like
It's winter. Yeah, winter there.
You kind of forget about that sometimes. You're looking at the footage and that, you're like, wait a minute, this isn't bushfire season for them.
No, what's going on?
Yeah,
not good.
No, crazy. All right, let's jump into what we've been playing, Josh. But before we jump into that, we're just jumping everywhere. Let's do some housekeeping. Josh, you run a Nintendo podcast called Nintendvania. It's your solo Nintendo podcast. You got a guest each week. What are you up to this week, Josh? You just launched an episode a few hours before we sat down here. What's it all about?
Yeah, so latest episode in Nintendvania has just come out. I've got Metroid Mike, who's guested on the episode with me. This is the guy, I don't know if you remember from 2022, when the Super Mario Bros. 5 is what he created in Super Mario Maker 2, and it just blew up. And I remember being part of the craze back in the day. I think Andre from Game Explain was a big promoter of it, and then a few other news outlets covered it as well. Just a really cool set of levels that Mike created. Really got some steam. People played it, obviously. They feel like Mario games because they weren't as punishing or as cruel as every other level that people create in Super Mario Maker 2, trying to get you. This is, just a nice sort of platforming, challenging, but definitely not as perilous as the others. So got to have a really good chat with him about that experience and all these years later. And then he has been big on playing Donkey Kong Country Returns HD, so we had a really good conversation about that and kind of how conflicted we are about it's a great game. The port sort of fails in a few areas. We talk about that. And then also got a little giveaway in it. So if you listen to it and hear all the Kong letter noises, they're pretty obvious when you hear them. Let me know. The details will be in the description of wherever you're listening to the episode. You could win a DK plush, and it just arrived today. So
yeah, show us the goods.
I can prove it. There it is. It's in the wrapping. This will go to someone who participates in the game. I hope that they have fun. I hope everyone who participates has fun locating the letters and recording what minute they were played at. If you repost my Twitter post promoting the episode, you'll get an extra bonus entry as well. So good luck, and hopefully it goes to a good home.
Yeah, I was listening to the episode earlier today, and I thought it was just a really clever idea. Haven't heard it before, the idea of that for a prize. So yeah, no, really cool, dude. So hope you get some people submit in, and get yourself a Donkey Kong plush. Yeah,
thank you. I don't know, I get some good feedback on the show, like this one as well. I think we always agree that we'd love to get more people listening to it, what we do. So anyone listening to this as well, give us some love, not just Nintendvania, but the House of Mario here as well. Show some support, just helps us a lot. So anything you can do, we really appreciate.
Yeah, and look, we get it. You're out and about, you're doing your thing. I do the exact same thing when I'm listening to my podcast, so no hard feelings. But of course, I love hearing from you. There was one bloke who's like, "Hey, look, I'm a farmer too. I'm up in Queensland. I'm a sugarcane farmer." I'm like, that is so cool.
That's awesome.
Like, I could imagine someone like that. You're listening to Nintendo Voice Chat and a bunch of other Nintendo podcasts, and they're off in the States or just all over the world. But there's like one. It's like, wait a minute, this is on a rural farm as well. I could only imagine. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, it's just so different to the lives that I live anyway, and so cool for you because that's somewhat similar to what you're doing. So it'd be pretty cool to know and understand all the different people all around the world listening and what they do, because it's pretty amazing, all the different fields people specialize in.
Yeah, no, definitely. And as far as my plugs go, just go to youtube.com/iDruby. Last week I did a look back at my favourite games of 2024. Sat down for like an hour and a half and went through the 25 games that I beat that year that actually came out that year, and I ranked them all and did a big list. So I had fun doing that. And there's been a few clips and stuff from the podcast as well, which I'm trying out. So go and check that out if that interests you.
Good work, Drew. You've been flipping a lot and getting the different content out there. So hats off to you. It's good.
Yep. It worked out last week. I feel like a decent amount came out.
Yeah.
Will this week be the same?
Definitely.
Maybe not. Well, maybe.
We'll
I don't
see.
know. We will see. I actually, I was going through some of my games, and when I brought up the Adelaide Toy Fair before, it's because I was going through like my games, and I had like the ones that I bought from there. So I still got to de-sticker some, so I'm like, oh yeah, so I laid them out.
Yeah.
I might do that afterwards if I get some time. And yeah, I was thinking maybe I should just go through some of these for a video too. That'll make fun. I've got like a lot of games that I'm excited
Picked up a lot.
get to. Yeah, I did.
You going to come again in April?
Well, I don't know. I might have to stay away.
Still recovering from your
Yeah, still
your
recovering
trip
from last year.
May.
Yeah, no, that was something, wasn't it, Josh?
Yep. Yeah, I haven't seen that before.
You haven't seen anyone go that hard?
No, I haven't. It's Sunday, April the 13th this year, 2025.
Yep.
Was that Gather Round? Oh no, is that?
Gather round.
Yeah, the AFL's Gather Round.
Oh, that's gonna muck up your
be.
plans afterwards too, because you usually have a time with your mates.
Oh,
have
no,
dinner
it is.
afterwards.
Yeah, I'm going to miss out on it this year. I'll be watching. I bought tickets to a footy game in the Barossa.
Oh, okay, nice. Well, that'd be a good way to spend your weekend anyway.
Oh, that'd be great, obviously, but annoying that they've got it on the same weekend.
Yeah.
I've never done that before.
Yeah, well, I guess since you're not going, I guess I don't have a good excuse to come down anyway.
I'm just going to write them an angry letter. Just give me a moment and tell them to reschedule it. What's going on? They'll get less people. They'll get less people.
Yeah, they probably will. You know, it won't just be you, obviously.
Correct. We're footy mad here. We're footy mad.
Love your footy.
Yep. Drew, I'm just an old man inside, just complaining, writing letters to members of parliament or to people when they don't do things the way I think and expect of them. This is bullshit, Drew.
Have you written many letters to Parliament? Is that something you do?
I've written one letter to a member of Parliament before.
Is that because they didn't pick up your bin one day or something like that? Or is it something a bit more serious?
No, they did a scheme where I just missed out on it. And then a year later, they made the scheme like it didn't matter how much you bought a house for. It was available then. So I just complained about it. I just thought, why didn't you just implement it right the first time and not yet? It was more so like I'm just annoyed at your process of doing it. If you did it the right way, I would have benefited from it. But yeah, again, this is old man Josh.
That's fair enough.
Absolute grumpy pants here.
I like to imagine just some kid who's like, you know, listening to this because we're talking about, you know, Donkey Kong and just, you know, woohoo Mario and, you know, stuff that's for kids. But we're talking about actually like big adult stuff here.
Talkback radio, complaining about things, you know. This is the evolution of the podcast right here. Post 300, this is the direction, folks. We're just going to be complaining more.
Yeah. When I started the House of Mario, when I was 22, which is kind of funny to think about how young I was when I started this.
Don't think too hard about that.
Yeah, I don't know if I was if that was really on my mind, you know, writing into Parliament and, you know, complaining about things, but
no,
it is a little bit more. I don't have too much to complain about at the moment as far as I guess how things are going locally, but
that's good.
Yeah, don't know. Don't have to write anything. There was a couple of there were a couple of times where a bin was missed. We had to ring them up. But
yes. Yeah, like what's going on?
Yeah.
Do they take it out of sync then, or you have to wait for the next bin pickup schedule?
I love this conversation.
Yeah, I'm very curious actually.
No, it was fine the next week. Yeah, like when they go down that street, they don't just skip it, being like, "Oh look, no, we got theirs only 6 days ago, so we're going to skip it now." No, we're all good.
All right. Anyway, sorry. Moving on.
Anyway, Josh, what you been playing, mate?
Yes, so obviously Donkey Kong Country Returns HD been the big one for me. I'm counting this as my first playthrough effectively of it, and I'm at the hard stage now where it's I'm dying a lot more, and so I got to Cliff World Area 6. I was pretty well breezing through the first 5. I found the difficulty spike in Cliff here to be a lot higher, so I think every level but one I found very, very, very hard. And it's a lot of precise platforming. And then especially if you lose Diddy Kong and then you got to reset and it's just Donkey Kong, that's a massive difference in
It's
terms
like,
of
boy, where's your jetpack?
yeah, that jetpack's super handy, and the extra lives, of course, as well. So yeah, this is like where it's a bit challenging for me, and I think there was one or two levels I was really getting annoyed. I'm just like, I just want it done. Like, just like I don't care about not completing all the puzzle pieces, or I've missed an N letter for the Kong to spell that out. So it's just I just want it done. I can move on, keep playing the rest of the game, and if I ever feel so inclined later on, I can go back and play it. Um, but no, I'm still very much enjoying this game overall, and it's such a classic, and it's cool to sort of look at this one and see how Tropical Freeze evolved from it, because I really love that game. I think that's my favorite platformer, Tropical Freeze, and Returns is just still absolutely amazing, and some beautiful terrain. The HD graphics have done a really good job, I think, bringing that up. It's not some of the FX textures are a little bit worse for wear for sure, but from a visual look perspective, mostly really good. And it's just a solid game, and I'm glad it's on Switch at least. Even if it's a fully priced game and not a lot of new stuff to it, yeah, it's still great to have it on the Switch.
Yeah, I just as far as price goes, just wait 5 years and you'll get a 10% off. Maybe 1 week during the year.
Drew, if you wait 5 years, it's going to come out for the fourth time for $90 now.
That's right. Get re-released on Switch too.
Correct.
Could you imagine? This is like that's the thing with I guess Switch too. Is it's just what are Nintendo going to do when you can already play the games? Like, oh no, what have we done?
Well,
we made this thing backwards compatible. We've marked up. A little cash
they can't do the
gone.
Wii U ports that they did for the first few years that really beefed out the that Switch library early on. They've had to rely on them less lately because obviously they ran out of them. And Xenoblade Chronicles X is the last one really, I think, deserving of a port. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see, because I think they're just going to have to rely on those third parties like Forever Entertainment, whoever did the DK Country Returns HD port. I'm kind of worried, and yeah, hopefully we don't get this trend where it's literally just an HD upgrade and that's it. I don't want a lot of re-releases like Donkey Kong Country HD, in the same sort of like bare bones basic kind of here's the game, updated visuals, and that's about it. So
yeah,
but yeah, we saw this, and I even think of Pokemon's remakes of Diamond and Pearl. That was just a remake in the new style, and that was about it really. No platinum content. Didn't feel like it had the love of other in-house Pokemon games. So yes, it'd be interesting to see.
yeah. I mean, as far as Donkey Kong goes, I just got my fingers crossed that it's just something that was done at the end of the Switch life, and that's why, just to get something out. Hopefully, yeah, going in Switch 2 the first couple of years, we're not seeing just, hey, look, here's this game on Switch 2. That's kind of it. Yeah.
I think they've waited because they haven't had anything new to release near this Donkey Kong Country World coming out. And then obviously with the Mario movie coming out next year, I think, yeah, maybe we might see something in a couple of years from now, but they didn't have anything ready at the moment, and this was their solution to that. Here's a DK game at least. We got Mario versus Donkey Kong last year. Here's Returns HD this year, and maybe into next year we might get something new, hopefully, but it won't be any earlier, would it? It'd be, yeah.
Hold on. Can you hold it for a sec?
I can keep talking for sure. So, yeah, I'm very curious to see what they do, because, yeah, the other thing is I'm kind of worried about, because this is the third time it's come out to this game, on the Wii, and then the 3DS, and then the Switch as well, and so, yeah, pretty, I don't know. Are we at that stage now? We're just going to get a lot more extra things going on with the, like, are we going to get the third time? Mario Galaxy comes out in a couple of years. We've had it on the Wii, and then on the Switch as well. And then, we're going to get it on whatever comes after Switch 2 with, bare bones, extra things added to it. I don't know. I just feel like bit older now and kind of gone through the process a bit more, where we see these releases sort of repeat themselves a little bit more over time, so that makes it a little bit more tricky.
Oh.
All good?
Yeah. Layla just woke up, and there was a Chantel went in there, to feed her, and there was a big huntsman spider, and she just lost it.
Okay.
And she just lost her shit.
Okay.
And I'm there I'm there trying to find something to kill it with, and I just find a coat hanger. I'm trying to hit it, and it wasn't doing anything. So I just grabbed some of Layla's clothes just in a cupboard and just punched it on the floor.
To be honest, man, I'm talking about something here, and I can kind of hear a scream, and I'm like, this doesn't sound good. I'm talking about something here, I'm kind of worried, and then I got to just before 25 minutes, and I kind of stopped. I think I don't know, something bad's happened here. So glad to hear it was just that.
All I heard was
you've got about 15-20 seconds of me worryingly saying nothing, just FYI in the recording, but keep that in mind if you want to edit it out.
Yeah, no, we'll I can edit out the silence, but we'll leave this. It's funny.
All right. Cool.
Oh man, that scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, yep, you bolted.
Yeah. Did it pick up in the microphone? Did you hear it?
I could hear a little, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go. Damn. Whew.
Yep.
Oh, if I wasn't awake before, I am now.
They'll wake you up. Definitely ready now.
I thought Layla had a knife in the bed or something. That's what I was holy just the scream that came out of that.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah, it must have been a big one.
It's about I don't know. I can describe. It's about that big. It's a big one, and for the audio listeners, I don't know, size of my fist. Just imagine a man's fist. About the size of that. It was a big boy. We're starting to get a few spiders here. I don't know. I think they came in some firewood when I cut it.
Okay.
And now we're getting a few huntsmans, which isn't ideal.
No, definitely not.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're talking about Donkey Kong. Anything else you want to say about Donkey Kong before we move on to another game?
No, that's about it. I want to keep playing it. It's just still enjoying it. It's getting to the challenging bit though. That's all. So just got to have the patience, and I am to know I'll get there eventually. Yep,
cool. And you've been playing Bolotro. Have you dropped off it since Donkey Kong? Has the addiction subsided, or are you still?
No, still playing that, but just obviously not as much. So yeah, I still get that itch because I'll finish DK for a bit sometimes. I'm like, I'll play a game of Bolotro, and that's still great. That's I'm at that stage now where I need to understand the game a bit more to get past round or ante 11. It's the ones where you got to get 7.2 million as a score. This is you've beaten the run, and so then you get into endless mode, and then you get to I get to a round and you got to get 7.2 million points, and I can't quite get that yet with my strategy. So I need to change things up a bit more.
Yep, nice. I still need to play. I've got to make sure I play it this week.
Cool, man.
Yeah, just like I said last week, it'd be good to talk about it with you and all of that. But this week has just been real slow for gaming for me. I don't know why. I just haven't played as much, considering the last week I played a lot. Maybe it's just the ebb and flow of life, Josh. Maybe that's it. Maybe. But
it's all right. Yeah. It happens, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does happen. Have you been playing much else?
The only other thing was Pokemon TCG Pocket with the new Space-Time Smackdown cards coming out. So that's cool. 150 something cards extra to get and collect. So I've been doing extra things to try and build up the Outlasses, build that collection, and then the trading feature. So that was cool. Been able to trade with a few people.
I've been meaning to ask on socials or ask friends if they've got, because I've got 3 cards missing from the other set that aren't obviously special full art cards. I've got just only a few that I need. So I've been meaning to post on socials. I'm missing just standard Moltres. Missing Articuno EX, and I think Gyarados, Gyarados, just normal Gyarados.
Okay, but standard Moltres is 3 diamonds. Yep. Cool.
So I'm missing that one.
Do you have a Greninja?
Greninja? I don't know.
Because I have 2 Moltres, so I can give you one.
Nice. Is Greninja's from the new set, I assume?
No, the original.
The original?
It's 3 stars as well, so we're allowed to trade it.
Okay.
Or a Hypno, if you've got a Hypno.
Probably have a Hypno. Sounds like something I have. I don't know, just from looking at it.
Or a Nidoqueen or a Muck.
Surely I've got a Muck. I'm looking at my list now, but I don't know exactly where it is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Muck? I've got one Muck.
The Nidoqueen's the row above in the middle.
Oh yeah. I've got 4 Nidoqueen.
Yep. I'll trade you a Moltres for a Nidoqueen.
Beautiful. All right. Oh. Is it easy to do? I haven't actually traded before.
Yeah,
Can we do it like right now?
Yep. Do it right now. Let's everyone else we can commentate as we do it.
Cool. Does one of us like do an offer?
Yeah, so I'll send you the offer.
Okay.
I'll find the Moltres.
Oh, beautiful.
You just need the standard one, don't you?
Yeah. I've got the EX one. I just cannot get the standard one.
Perfect. All right.
Cool.
So that's going to come your way right now.
Nice. Beautiful. Well, so yeah, I've been enjoying this game as well. I don't think I've really missed a day as far as like getting opening my packs go, which is cool, and it's nice just having like a new set again, just being like,
yeah,
getting new cards and adding them to your decks again. It's like, oh, thank God. Because
I think it's coming at a good time as well, just like the first one did, because it just like, just at that stage where I was doing the wonder picks but just before it came out, and like most of them would be for cards I already had, and occasionally you'd get one out of the 5 that you didn't have, so you'd have to do a 1 in 5 roll, which eventually you get, but most of the time you don't. So that's kind of slow going. But yeah, this sort of brings a bit more sort of life to the game, which is cool, and it's a cool feeling getting the new cards and look at the new designs. They're pretty cool.
Yeah. I haven't got any like truly exciting stuff yet, but it's time to go. I use like all my hourglasses. I've been saving up for like 6 weeks or a month or however long it's been, just saving up hourglasses. And
really?
I used them like just all in the first day. Just they all went so quick. I opened like 20 packs or how many? 30 packs.
How many of the new cards do you have then? You'd have like 100 and something then already?
Yeah.
So I got like 55. I don't save my hourglasses. I just use them when I see them.
Yep. Yeah. No, I was saving them for a long time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Right. Well, I think I'm waiting for a response from you, Josh, on the app.
I've got to accept it.
Yep.
Cool. Done. Look at that. How easy.
Wonderful. I haven't
It's
seen
easy when
anything.
you got the tokens and the credit up front.
Yeah.
When you don't, then you got to trade other cards in to get the credits, and that's a little annoying.
Yeah, I haven't really done any of that. Have you done it? Because it's still saying waiting for a response on my end.
I've just done it. Yep.
Refresh. It's already been agreed to. So did it do it?
Yep.
Oh.
Just added to my list now. Yep,
Oh.
one I never had. Awesome.
Nothing's like happened on my end. That's strange.
How
I've
good.
got like a exclamation mark. There it is. Do the swipe up. Get the animation. Cool. Well, there you go. That's my first time trading.
Yep. So, yeah. So, yeah, it can only be like, if it's a 3-star card, it can only be traded for a 3-star card. So that works all the above. And I think 3 and above, you've got to hit a certain credit threshold. So you've got to trade in other cards, get rid of them, and you get tokens or credit back in return. And you've got to have enough of those to do the trade. If it's 1 or 2 diamonds below, so if it's below 3 stars, or 3 diamonds, sorry, so 1 or 2, then it's free. You don't have to do any credit for that.
Okay.
So if you want an EX, you got to trade in like 5 cards to get it. So it's a bit of churning, which gives them a bit of purpose, but it's a bit, I don't know. The optics don't feel right around it, and I think even Pokemon companies acknowledged that and made a statement about that recently.
Yeah, it feels a bit. Oof. It's like, it's not really worth it unless like you're really desperate, like towards the end of the run or something like that, where you're not going to pull it. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, This has been great at the moment, just to get those last few in a genetic apex. So I think I'm at the 226 normal cards. I'm at 222 now, so I'm only 4 off.
Yep.
Um,
I'm 3 off by the looks of it. I've got 1 more than you, apparently.
so you're pretty close too then.
Yeah. Cool.
We'll do more trades. Don't worry. I reckon we've got another trade in us.
Yeah, I reckon we do too.
Yep.
I can send you a thanks for doing that too, so you can get that little bonus.
Yeah,
there you go. There you go.
Yep. So that's been fun. Got some cool new features now in TCG Pocket.
Yeah. We'll keep playing it.
Yeah. What are you playing?
One thing I actually really want to talk about, and because I was just so impressed by it, I signed up for Game Pass the other week to play Ninja Gaiden, and I was setting up remote play on my Steam Deck. There's an app on Steam called X Play where you can remote Steam from your Xbox series. Yep. I'm like, and since I last played on Xbox last year sometime, I reset my Steam Deck and wiped everything and just re-downloaded everything just to get rid of some stuff that I didn't want on it. So I had to reset up the app, and I went into the app and signed in, and I forgot what was going on. Anyway, I couldn't set up the remote play from the Xbox. So I just thought I'd go into cloud streaming. There's a cloud streaming option there in the app. I'm like, I'll just give it a go. I clicked onto it and I went through the Game Pass list, and I went to Celeste just because, it's a simple game. We'll see how it runs, because last time I tried cloud play from the Xbox, it was like on Xbox One, and it was exactly how you would expect it to be. It was just a slideshow, just beyond unplayable. Like it was just like, nothing worked whatsoever. So, and you know what my internet's like, Josh, how long it takes me to upload videos and what it's like for doing this podcast and all of that. You know, my internet's not great. It's just, it's just what you kind of expect in rural Australia, I guess. At least it's what I expect. It's what makes me feel better about it anyway. I had no expectations. In fact, I had zero expectations, beyond zero expectations that this thing would even remotely work. But I clicked on Celeste and I was just playing Celeste. I'm like, wait, am I? I was like, seriously, am I remote playing from the Xbox, or has it triggered the downloaded version on my Steam Deck? I'm like, so I exit out of it. And it's like, no, that was on cloud. I'm like, oh, it was flawless, resolution and actual input latency and everything. I'm like, huh. So I went into it again, and I played it a couple of levels. I'm like, this is just working how you'd want it to work. So I'm like, maybe obviously Celeste, maybe it's a bit more simple. So let's try a 3D game. So I was going through the list, and I came up against Indiana Jones, the Great Circle. I'm like, well, I wanted to try this, so let's jump into it, see how it works. This is obviously a lot more demanding game. This is also a game that would never run on Steam Deck, so it would be kind of impressive to see it being played on Steam Deck. So
yeah,
I fired it up, and I went through the settings. I'm like, everything seems good, and start up the game. You get control of Indiana Jones. You're going towards a temple. There's cutscenes and everything happening, and once again, I could not believe it. It was working.
That's so good. Nice.
The actual gameplay, I didn't have any gripes with controlling the character. There was not, throughout my hour and a half session, so I played for a while, there was not much skipping. There was a bit where I could see there was a bit where there's another character sort of talking to you, and he was walking around the room, and you could see a bit of skip here and there, but compared to what I played before, it was just night and day. The only thing that you can see a noticeable difference with is just the resolution. The resolution's obviously under HDs, probably 570 or something like that. I don't know, 580 or whatever the resolutions are. Yep. It is pretty low, but as far as actually playing the game, it was flawless. I'm like, wow. And
that's good.
Yeah, that's been sort of my experience with Steam Deck, is just I guess the remote play and the cloud play for some reason works really well on that. But if I try it on the iPad or iPhone or computer or anything like that. It just doesn't work for me. I do not know why. I tried another app on the iPad. I just downloaded like a third party app to see if it works better than the just PlayStation's app, and it worked all right for a little bit. Then it just went to shit and it kicked me off. Just completely shut down. I'm like, But for some reason, I do not know why, but yeah, like the apps on the Steam Deck just seem to do it really well, and it's sort of it's making me very happy that I can just sort of boot it up and play it that way. Yeah, I had no gripes with it. It's exactly what I want it to be, and I have bad internet. I don't have good internet. I do not have fast internet.
Yeah, correct.
So I don't know. I don't know whether Microsoft built a data center like behind my house, and I just happen to be close to it. Well, the answer to that is certainly not. I'm certainly not near a Microsoft data center. And there is a part of me that expects to log in, say, tonight or tomorrow or something, and it just doesn't work again. I feel like I just got lucky that night. But I honestly played Indiana Jones for about 2 hours off the cloud on my Steam Deck.
Yep.
And it was flawless. Yeah, you could tell, it had all the things of being streamed, like I said, the resolution and a bit of skipping here and there. But for what it was, man, I was so impressed with it.
Worked really well.
Yeah. And
what's the game like? The actual game itself?
Yeah, so I was turned off of Indiana Jones because I was sort of expecting it to be like an Uncharted game, just Indiana Jones, but just going from level to level, cutscenes, et cetera, et cetera. And that's what I was sort of hoping for. But when it sort of, the previews come out and it was very much like, oh, you got to be Indiana Jones and you got to solve all the puzzles and all that. I'm like, that makes a lot of sense for an Indiana Jones game. Yeah. That's just very well done. But I don't really want to be doing that. To be honest with you, I don't know. I don't know whether I was just being lazy or I don't know. But the idea of that, it didn't appeal to me that much. But when I was, before you start the game, there's settings being like, oh, do you want it to be like easy combat or normal combat? I'm like, oh, I don't really care about the combat being a challenge in this game. So I set it to easy. And then it also gave me the option, like, do you want to like really think about the puzzles or do you want the easy puzzles where it's just, I don't know exactly what they do that's different, but it's a bit easier. I'm like, give me those easier puzzles. Absolutely. I kind of just want to explore and have the story told to me in some ways. So I was all about that. So they're the options I picked. And for the most part, like, you're sleuthing around, you're sneaking past guards, you're being stealthy in the opening sections that I played anyway. And you're looking for keys, you're looking for items. Like it seems like I quite like the exploration in the game, just how you're exploring the areas that you're in. So yeah, I did like that because you come to a gate and like you need like the officer's key. So all right, where would the officer's key be? So you sneak upstairs and you see the officer, you stealth him out, then you can pick up his body, chuck him out the window so nobody's alerted by it. It's funny because you pick up like these bodies and and the idea is like to pick them up and put them behind some barrels or something so nobody else sees them. But I just pick them up and chuck them out the window to like the other guards.
It doesn't matter, does it?
Just prove a point. I think it's just funny. I don't know.
They come up?
I don't know. They might not have seen it or something, but just the idea of just ragdolling this body out the window was so funny to me.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, I mean, from the limited amount that I played, it's quite a long game, so I've obviously not even touched the surface, but it's great. I've really been enjoying like following along the cutscenes and all that, and I played the whole thing on cloud as well, which is cool. I never thought I'd say that. I thought that'd be like 10 years time where I'd be able to even experience what I experienced today.
So you finished the game? Oh no, just a couple of hours that you've done.
Yeah, just a couple of hours.
The fact that you played the whole thing on cloud,
yeah. I didn't expect that I'd be able to do that.
Yeah,
like another decade, honestly. So yeah, just the convenience of it all, and on Steam Deck as well. Through that app, you can add like a shortcut to your actual Steam library. So I've got like Forza Horizon 5 and Indiana Jones just in the non-Steam section of the Steam Deck, and I can just go straight to it, boot it up, log into the cloud, and you're playing the game. Which I don't know. It was always when cloud gaming sort of first started with Stadia and all that. It was definitely something that I looked to, and I'm like, this is something that maybe in 10 years' time or ever how long. This is something that Nintendo, in some ways, being focused on like portable gaming. That's something they might have to look out for because it changes like any device into like a capable gaming device. And in a few years' time, I can sort of see that, eating a little bit into their margins, maybe a little bit. Obviously, Nintendo's going to sell because of their games, and that's why you and I are so excited about Switch 2 and millions of other people. But yeah, it'll be interesting. Just see how it all goes and whether they even go down that route, whether you can stream stuff to their console. I don't know. But
yeah, it's exciting what they can do, and like you said, brings up more opportunity. I'm just keen to play this game, man. Knowing that it's going to come to PS5, and I think I've heard spring in the Northern Hemisphere, so that's autumn for us. So March, April, or May, which are only a couple of months away. So maybe May or something at this rate. So that'd be great. Be pretty keen to play it.
I need to rewatch the other Indiana Jones movies. I haven't watched them in since I was since I was a kid. And I might not.
You gotta watch them, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Watch them again.
I might not even have seen all of them. I might have seen like one of them. I definitely watched.
One? Dial of Destiny?
No, I haven't. The only one I can definitely say that I watched was the Crystal Skull, and that's because we watched it with like a group of friends at the cinemas.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's the only one I can definitely say that I watched, but I can barely remember that one either.
Yeah, the first three are classics, and especially first and the third. The fourth one I can understand. Yeah, it's not the same. I still like it though. And then Dial of Destiny, I really like that film. A lot of people hate it and hack into it, but I thought I really enjoyed it anyway. So for what it was, I just like the series, man.
I remember everybody saying like the fourth one, like everybody hated it. I'm like, I didn't remember. I didn't have any bad feelings towards it or anything. I just kind of watched it like with friends, and that was fun. That's sort of my opinion on movies. I remember watching Wonder Woman with a friend, and we came out the movies, and that was fun. And he was like, "That sucked. That was awful. That was like the worst thing I've ever seen." I'm like, "I don't know. It's fine." There was like a fight scene at the end, and superhero stuff. I got no expectations with movies. Like, it is just what it is. But when it comes to like games, that's where I'm a lot more sort of like, I would like to see this, or I'd like to see that, or like to see this improved, or this was awesome because of this. A lot more sort of critical when it comes to games. But yeah, movies, I'm just like, just give me whatever. Like if I think it's bad, that's when you've really mucked up. Like what was it? What was that Spider-Man movie? Madam Web. Yeah, Chantel and I watched that on Netflix, and that was a movie where we're like, this is a bad movie. Like,
yeah, that was
boring. It was just boring. Like,
it was not good. I just really did not enjoy it.
It's awful.
Yeah, I feel I'm pretty good with tolerating bad stuff, but yeah, that was halfway through. I'm like, what the hell is this?
Were you a The Room fan?
For the wrong reasons. Yeah.
Yeah, for the wrong reasons. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so bad. It's good.
My friend group, loved that movie. We watched it. Yeah. What was that? The YouTube channel that sort of popularized it was like Nostalgia Critic. Do you remember watching him back then? Sort of go over the movie and all the making fun of Tommy Wiseau and.
I might have, yeah. I do remember the craze behind it. Then obviously they did the actual film about it as well.
Yeah, it's good times. Need to rewatch The Room, Yeah, they had sittings in theaters and all that for that movie as well.
Yeah,
which that would have been a fun one to go to.
That would have been. It's such a meme, that film.
Stop, Mark! I didn't do it. I can't remember. Is that what it was? There's a few of them in that movie, isn't there?
Yeah. So he's got cancer or something. He just moves on straight away. It's just like
yeah. So yeah, Indiana Jones, great sequel. I'm liking it, and I would like to play more. I've got a few. That's the thing. I've been so unfocused. I feel like I just want to play a lot of things. There's a lot of things I want to play, and I'm enjoying doing it. I'm enjoying just like starting Indiana Jones. I enjoyed starting Ninja Gaiden. I enjoyed starting Dynasty Warriors. But yeah, I'd like to finish one. But we'll see.
We'll see.
I guess another thing that I pre-ordered this morning was like an extra sort of screen for my Steam Deck as well. And
Yes, I did see this.
yeah, so it's called the DNA Duo, and there was basically a guy that's like making these, and apparently they're getting ready to ship this month, and looking at videos on his YouTube channel throughout like the last 6 months, it's been in, I guess, the process for a while. I see like a lot of updates, and the screen went from just an LCD to an OLED, and that sort of delayed it and all of that. And I'm just finding out about it now. So I've been wanting to do, I guess, proper DS, 3DS, and Wii U emulation on Steam Deck. And I'm not one of these people that can tolerate, just both screens just pushed onto just the one screen. I'm like, I can't do it.
Don't like it.
Can't do it. Yeah.
No, fair enough.
And so I got like this mount. So it's a MagSafe mount, and it goes into the back of the Steam Deck. And I've got my phone, and it puts my phone above my Steam Deck. So that's been pretty cool for doing like watching YouTube and all of that at the same time as like playing the Steam Deck, which has been pretty fun. But I really wanted to make my iPhone like a second screen, but I can't do it. Can't do it on iPhone. You can do it on Android, and you can do it on iPad. Obviously, the tablets would be too big, and I don't really want to, go and get another phone to do that.
Too much going on.
A bit too much for that. So, I found this setup where basically they're making this, I guess, 7-inch OLED little portable monitor that has its own like way to attaching to the Steam Deck. But I'll probably use like a stick-on MagSafe ring onto the back, and I'll do it that way. For instance, one USB-C into the Steam Deck, and it becomes like a second monitor, and you can use it across like anything else. So I'll be able to use it on the Asus ROG Ally. I'll be able to use it on whatever future device that I get. I want to use it on, and I'm looking forward to it. I've got all these like little things coming in the post, but I'm looking forward to. I've got that and the OLED screens for the Switch Lite, which are taking forever.
God. Any update on that, or is it still months away?
Yeah, so they were having trouble with, I guess, the part of the package that I bought that allows you to do HDMI out from the Switch Lite to a TV.
Yeah.
There was some problems going on with that, so they gave me the option to drop down a tier to not include that. So that's what I've done. So hopefully it won't be too much longer because I don't have to wait for the HDMI output anymore. So yeah. I'm really looking forward to that coming in. I'm just waiting. My screwdriver's in my hand. I can't wait to get my Switch Lite made into an OLED because honestly, it's kind of delayed my Switch playing. I just really want to play games on that. So I've got games that I want to play, but I'm like Mario and Luigi. I think they look great on like a tiny little OLED screen. Even like Okami, and I've got a few things in the backlog that I'm looking forward to doing. So yeah, been waiting for that, and I've bought I've gone on Extreme Rate, which is a company that makes like custom shells for controllers and consoles. So I've got like a couple of like red Switch Lite shells, as well as some for the Pro controllers and GameCube controllers that I need to reshell because I got some GameCube controllers that are gross. Absolutely disgusting.
Yep.
Like whether I did that or whether I got them secondhand, already gross. Well, actually, like this happened a long time ago. But one of my GameCube controllers, I went to a tournament up in Adelaide, and my overnight bag had like the GameCube controller in there, my just toiletries and all of that, and somehow my shampoo leaked into my GameCube controller.
Yes, I do remember this.
So I've had that just sitting like that for years. So I got a new shell for those damaged controllers. It comes with new buttons and all of that, new sticks. So yeah, that'll get a nice little facelift. But yeah, I don't know. It's been sort of my thing. I'm looking forward to just tinkering with the Switch Lite and reshelling stuff, and
that's cool.
All of that.
Just a bit of a gaming, but with extra stuff as well to make it fun.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I guess I haven't been playing much, which when the week finishes and I look back, I'm like, I've just been like looking at a lot of YouTube, just like all of this like fun stuff. Just like what think about the possibilities. Like, what if my Steam Deck had a second screen? And look, we end up here because I went down a rabbit hole. Like, would it be better off having this, or would it be better off like finding a relatively cheap tablet that I can like slap this MagSafe thing on the back of, and then also I have a tablet, like a little mini tablet as well. So I went down a rabbit hole of like, what do I need for this, and how much it will cost versus just this screen. And yeah, by the time you buy like obviously a tablet, and there's a couple of things that you needed to buy for like to get it from the Steam Deck to the tablet, and that's like probably $100 on top of that, just for the cables and the doodads.
Yeah, yeah.
So no, we won't be doing that. Won't be doing that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to playing some 3DS stuff or whatever on the Steam Deck with dual screens. It'd be pretty cool. I think the first thing, I've been wanting to do this forever, but I think I'll finally get around to doing it, is like set up Kid Icarus Uprising, but use the touchpads on the Steam Deck instead of obviously doing the stylus on the bottom screen. So that's the first thing I want to do. And I feel like Nintendo will want to spite me, and they'll actually do like an official re-release on Switch.
Whatever you need to do,
if
man,
I decide to do that.
it. Yep.
So
do it.
that's my way of trying to summon Kid Icarus Uprising. So you can bet that it's going to happen now because I've taken the step to try and make it happen on this thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Wii U's all done, so they got to go to the Wii and the 3DS now. They're the latest ones before, so expecting a lot more from those consoles coming out.
Yeah, because you saw the picture that I posted on X, and like, how good does it look with Wind Waker running with both the screens there? That looks
look at it real. It's a
cool
good gadget, and very you. And I very much agreed. The internet is a dangerous place, definitely.
Yeah, that's right. I said on that post, like, the internet's a dangerous place for my wallet, and it certainly is, because I'm just there, and stuff looks cool. 2 clicks, it's mine. Even like I'm looking at there was a video on YouTube as well from Macho Nacho. He does he just like showcases real cool sort of homebrew hardware mods, and there was one for like the PS2 where like there's a PS2 memory card that's called the Mem Card 2, and all it was like a memory card that has basically infinite storage, just because you can put an SD card in it and you don't have to worry about just like 1 megabyte memory cards. You can have like a 500 gig memory card for your PS2. But they've recently gotten games to run off of it. So you can put all your ROMs, all of your backups, whatever, onto this memory card, plug it into your PS2, and you can play anything. So it's just stuff like that. Like, it's a dangerous part of gaming to get into, because it's just like everything's so cool. You're like, oh my God, I can just set up my PS2, have like the authentic experience, and you can just like put every game that you could possibly want on this memory card and play it. I don't know. So there's multiple things like that where I'm
like, up everything.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So yeah, that's where I am at the moment, Josh.
Yep. You're gonna have fun with it. It's cool.
It's a sickness, dude.
Yep. No.
So yeah, I'll be talking about this DNA Duo when it comes in. Like I said, it was only on pre-order. It's about, what was it, $220 Canadian. So Australian, I think, works out like $20 more. So yeah, it's not a bad little option. What's the YouTube channel? I should really maybe I should direct people there if this sounds like they want to get into it. The YouTube channel is called DNA something. Let me just search it up. Sorry, professional podcasting here.
That's all right.
DNA DS. The YouTube channel is called DNA Mobile Gaming. So yeah, it's something that I don't know the man's name that runs the channel, but something that they've been developing themselves. So yeah, it's like a really sort of homebrew sort of thing they've been doing. So it'll be interesting to see how it comes out.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's as good as it looks. But yeah, that's what I've been playing / watching / buying.
So he's selling some stuff as well. Offset it.
Yeah, well, that's right. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, when it's like some of this gaming stuff that I sell, like, it's good to have the cash just to, like, buy some of, like, especially like when it's retro gaming where it is like buying it in cash as well. It's always a handy thing. Always a handy thing.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, is there anything like, obviously you want the 64, but is there other stuff that you're like, be pretty cool? Or, I don't know, you haven't like dived into, I guess, like the retro modding scene as much, so you don't.
No, and for me, like, the Switch is so convenient to play those past titles, like the NES, the Super Nintendo, and even the 64 now. It's just like, that is, for me, the most convenient way. But I've got a NES and a SNES Mini back there behind me. But I wouldn't mind. I don't actually have original hardware for those, and so yeah, it'd just be cool to have it. And I suppose more display, than anything. But I wouldn't mind having the chance to every now and then play on those actual consoles. But yeah, it's just, I've never been able to justify the price just to do that with those two consoles, especially. And then I got the 64 behind me that hasn't worked for a while, so I know something's wrong with it. And I got a few games I could try out on it, but yeah, if I'm being honest, it's just a nice to have, really, and I'm not really hankering to really sort of sort it out. On my list there, I think the 64 is probably on the lower end of what I want to get out of my trip overseas.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Me, on the other hand, I'm like, there was on the Macho Nut show, one of their sponsors was like a soldering iron, and a lot of these videos, when they involve soldering, I'm like, oh, look, soldering is a skill that I don't have. And also, like, I don't have a soldering iron, and where would I do it? And it probably costs a lot and all of this. But the one they're advertising, it was small. It was like $150. I'm like,
you're like, hang on, maybe I can do this.
Yeah. I'm honestly like, it'll be a good skill to have anyway, just like, fix stuff around the house every now and again or whatever. But like, yeah, doing some of these mods on like handhelds and all of this that require soldering, it might be something I'll look into as the sickness grows, as I want to do more things.
I mean, give it a go.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. That's what I like to do, Josh. I don't know.
That's right.
But, yeah.
Part of the hobby.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, that's all I've been playing. Don't really have a topic for this week, Josh. Anything else you'd like to say before we get on out of here?
Yes, because last week we talked about some games on the gamer list, didn't we? And we came
one
across
called
Paranormal Site, the 7 Mysteries of Honjo. And we said we'd get it if it's on sale. And lo and behold, I think a day or two after we said that, it's come out on sale, 40% off. Square Enix doing a cool sale. So I bought it. Sounds like Drew's going to get it, and sounds like we're going to play it together.
I've got to make sure I get it before it goes off sale. So yeah.
5th of Feb, I just checked, is when the sale ends. So you got till to just buy it tonight. But yeah, so I'm going to play that in between things this week, and we'll talk about that a bit more next week, hopefully.
Yeah, that's right. And this is something that we've been, I guess, talking about a little bit on the show. But I remember saying maybe a week or so ago, a month ago, I don't know, time's a paradox, I don't know. But we've been saying like, oh, we should actually like just pick a game and play it together, because when we played MEO when it came out, it was just so fun to like experience it at the same time and be able to talk about it. And it'd be cool to do that with other games that aren't necessarily coming out, especially like at a time like now where, we played Donkey Kong, for example, but it's going to be a little while until the next, say, bigger Switch game comes out that we talk about here at the House of Mario. So it'd be cool to like pick like maybe a game from our backlog or something that we think looks cool. And when we saw this on the list, and we are big fans of MEO, and it'd be cool to jump into this one. So we'll do it at the same time, and it might be like a good time for maybe somebody that's listening to this as well to maybe give the game a go as well, and sort of treat it like a bit of like a book club situation where we go back and we play like an older game and we can talk about it. And don't know, it just sounds like a fun way to do it, sort of all link up together and all that. Because that's what makes like a lot of, I guess, contemporary gaming fun. Just like the game comes out and everybody plays it at the same time. Whereas if you're going into your backlog, you'd be playing something that not many people would be playing like right at that second. So yeah, I think it'd be a fun way to do it.
Yeah, I love it. I think that's the segment name you've just mentioned there. What's the cable name for the Game Boy?
Cable name for the Game Boy.
The link cable.
Yeah, okay.
Game link cable. That's what it's called.
It's call it the link cable.
Game
G'day,
link
buddy.
or something.
Welcome
I
to
don't know.
the
Game link.
Game link. Yeah, sure. Let's link up and let's play the same game.
Yep.
Yeah, I like it. Game link.
That's the segment, guys. We'll think of
Here's
a name and a sound for it.
Yeah, here's a random sound on my soundboard. Welcome to Game Link.
Oh, it's time for Game Link.
Yeah, we can quieten that down. Good day, everybody, and welcome to Game Link. Next week on the show, we're going to be talking about Paranormicide, and you can join in on the fun as well. Make sure you go and pick it up on the Nintendo eShop for 40% off. And if you've played it before, well, we'll be here to talk about it anyway. There you go, look at that.
First go.
First
So
go.
good, Drew. You didn't script that. You were like straight into it. You're a master at this.
Just a master. Look, that was Shakespeare that just came out of my mouth. Just
Game
like,
Link. Game Link. Let's not forget it. We'll
Game
forget it
Link,
next
yeah.
week, but don't write it down.
Yeah, you'll come back to your notepad or whatever's at Game Link. What the fuck's that?
I'm going to add it to our thumb notes here. But yeah,
So, yeah.
I think that sounds good.
So, Josh, what is Paranormicide? Just for people like, oh yeah, cool. So, what is Paranormicide? If you're going to make me go and buy it.
So it's a visual novel. So it's a similar tone to MEO for those who've played that. This is made by Square Enix. Came out a couple of years ago in March 2023. I'm going to read the description now. It says, how far would you go to bring someone back from the dead? Discover the depths that some will go in this mystery adventure game. Oh, they made adventure across the two lines. A mystery adventure game. A haunting supernatural mystery adventure. Yep. In Japan, whispers surround the tale of the 7 mysteries of Honjo. That was very weirdly spaced out how they got it.
Yeah, I remember when we used to read like a lot more of the eShop descriptions on the show, and they'd trip me up every time. They split up the words just so it like fits in with their formatting just on the eShop.
Yeah, I've expanded it now and it works. So let me read the rest of it. Sorry. This unsettling tale takes place in the Sumida ward of Tokyo, Japan in the late 20th century. Unravel the hopes, dreams, and fears of these unique characters who find themselves in the grip of deadly curses as their motivations intertwine in a story that twists and turns. Lead the story to its conclusion by your own hand. It's about Shogo Okoye, an ordinary office worker, visits Kinshibori Park in the dead of the night with his friend Yoko Fukunaga to investigate a well-known local ghost story, The 7 Mysteries of Honjo. Shogo doesn't quite believe Yoko when she talks about how the mysteries are connected to the rite of resurrection and doesn't pay it much mind. That is until strange events begin to unfold before his very eyes. Ooh. Meanwhile, several others are making their own investigations into the 7 mysteries. Detectives investigating a series of strange deaths, a high school girl seeking the truth behind a classmate's suicide, and a mother who has sworn revenge for her lost son. Their desires and motives intertwine and interplay with the 7 mysteries of Honjo at the core, leading the story towards a battle of wits and curses. So there you go.
Cool. Yeah. It was like one of the only games in like the Gamer's best Switch games. I'd never heard of that in my life.
Yep.
Most of the other ones I had heard about it. And since it's a visual novel, and we're sort of looking to get into visual novels, Josh, it was a nice sort of opportunity to give it a try.
Yep, and if you hadn't heard of it, I thought that's really slipped through. So that's probably the issue with visual novel games as they currently stand. But yeah, I think we're a bit more interested, aren't we? Thanks to MEO. So yeah, I'll play this week, and we'll talk more next week.
Yeah. How long to beat? Sort of predicted the game's about 11 hours. So just anybody wanting to play through it, about 11 hours. Not too bad. Pretty doable in the week.
I don't know if I'll quite do 11, especially with everything I got at the moment.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair enough.
My aim is definitely before I fly overseas, I'll have it done.
Oh, yeah. Well, how should we format it then? So do you want to do like, even if we do like the first 3 chapters or something and talk about it.
Yeah. If you give me a way to break it up into 2 parts, that sounds good.
Yep, cool. Let's do that then. We'll talk
How many
about
chapters
that.
are there?
For some reason, I just assumed there was 11, just because there was 11 hours, an hour a chapter. That'd be a nice little pace, but not necessarily, I guess.
Yeah.
How many chapters are in Paranormal Side? Josh is looking up on
There
Google.
are 5, 6 parts. It's very weirdly broken up.
I think you can like change. There's like choices you can make that change the outcome of the story. So maybe it's like part B1, part B2, like something like that. Maybe that's what it's showing you.
Yeah, it doesn't seem as clear cut. 6 different endings. All right. If I play at least 5 hours this week, that will be enough. Surely that'll be halfway or so.
Yeah. Cool. We'll do that.
Done.
Cool. And anybody else wants to give it a go? Yeah. It'd be a fun little thing for us to do together. Look at that.
In Game Link, our new segment.
Game Link. We could even we should make it room themed, even with the House of Mario. You know.
That's true.
The Link room. Link room.
The Link room.
Just like Link's room. Just like Link's in there.
What?
So good day, Link. What? Yep, and we're just using the GameCube, mate. Just calm down. We're playing Smash.
What were the old places when you made a telephone call and you'd have to you talk to the operator, and they'd have all those millions of machines in a room, and they'd plug the cables into different ones to allow you to talk to someone.
Oh, I don't know. The server room. That's all I can imagine when you're saying moving cables like a server room, but I know that's not it.
Switchboard operator.
Switchboard operator.
In a switchboard kind of room. It doesn't work. That's fine. We'll workshop it, guys. Let's on the fly trying to work something out.
Oh, we had it, but I was too fussy, you know? Don't know. Anyway.
Making it house related makes sense. But yeah.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. All right, let's end it there, Josh. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. We had a bit of a brainstorming session there, and we'll continue to have a brainstorming session. And will we have something by the end of the week or next episode?
Yes.
Potentially.
Because it'll either be Game Link if we hadn't thought of anything else.
Yeah, if we don't think of anything else, it's Game Link. So you'll know how much effort we put into it if it's Game Link again. But Josh, where can people find you on the internet? And of course, tell us more about this episode of Nintendvania that came out this week.
Yeah, Drew, always a pleasure being on the show with you. I also have Nintendvania. It's in the bottom here, bottom corner of my video if you're watching on YouTube. But yeah, Nintendvania is the show, fortnightly Nintendo gaming podcast. Latest episode is all about Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. I'm giving away a plush. You play a game in this episode. You've got to find the 4 Kong letters, write down the minutes they appear, and send me a message as per the description instructions, and you could win a Donkey Kong plush. Also had Metroid Mike on the show, the guy behind the really virally famous Super Mario Bros. 5 on Super Mario Maker 2 when that blew up. In 2022, had a good interview conversation with him at the start of the episode. So yeah, check it out if you are so inclined.
Brilliant. And you can check out my YouTube channel, iDruby, and that's where you can check out the House of Mario, the video version, the clips, and other videos that I've done, including my top 25 games from last year. So go and check that out. And my YouTube videos as well, they're also an audio version on Apple Podcasts and Spotify as the iDruby Gamescast. We can get the audio versions there. So I try to keep most of them pretty short, maybe 10 to 20 minutes that you can listen to on the way to work or whatever. And then other times I've got a lot to say. So it'd be like the Game of the Year type of thing that I did last week where it goes for an hour and a half. So you can treat it like, I guess, a normal podcast. But I have a lot of fun doing that. So go and check that out. I'm almost at 500 subscribers. So I definitely would appreciate your time over there if you'd like to check out more videos. Get me there. I'll appreciate it. But until next time, guys, the doors to the House of Mario, they're closed. Catch you later.